Well, hello. This is the video for January 17th, which is my parents' anniversary. Of course, they've been gone a long time now. But in any case, the title is "Truth Will Piss You Off." There is a well-known quote, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. But first, it will piss you off." Truth number one. Since 1871, the United States of America has been a corporation totally owned by the Rothschilds and other international bankers. Truth number two, corporations can only do business with other corporations, so humans were demoted to corporate status, removing human rights. Truth number three, international bankers want to control the world, creating a new world order. Truth number four, a program of brainwashing was implemented that would take over a century to perfect. Truth number five, by the end of the 20th century, people began waking up in ever greater numbers. Truth number six, 9/11 was an inside job orchestrated by bankers and politicians. Truth number seven, mainstream news has pumped out ever-increasing fake news to keep people asleep. Are you pissed off yet? You should be, unless you're still asleep. Indeed, I wrote that article several hours ago now, before it was even daylight out here, and right now it's 1:30, just past 1:30 in the afternoon, and my car's in the shop, so I've hesitated because I was hoping to go pick my car up, but haven't gotten a call yet, and I turned the telephone off when I'm recording so that I don't get interrupted in the middle of the recording. Anyway, since I wrote that blurb, I watched a couple of videos of an Illuminati insider who is quite an intelligent lady, and she has become, I guess you would say, a born-again Christian. And she's saying that Christ is the only answer. Now, that's the truth that I believe will set us free. Christ is the answer. Jesus has been manipulated. Christ cannot be manipulated. That's a part of God, if you will, that is the light of the world, the truth that sets free. It is love. It is the golden rule. It is everything that stands opposed to the New World Order system of control through lies and domination through lies. As I've said in other videos, Christianity is not what it has been put out to be. And I didn't know I was going to be taking this turn with this video when I wrote the blurb, but after watching actually probably about 3 hours of videos with this lady. She's interesting. I mean, she's very knowledgeable. And she is saying that the only thing that's been able to help keep her alive is by praying to Jesus. And I'm not going to diminish that in any way. But I want to state again, and as I've stated in other videos, Christ is more than just one individual that came and lived supposedly 2,000 years ago. The story of the virgin birth and all of those things are ancient, repetitive stories that occur with only slight variation in many cultures. And that could indicate that some of the idea of it has been put there by the controllers who have been running the world for a very, very long time. However, I do believe that there is truth, that there is a part of God, and many call it Christ, the Christ Spirit, the Holy Spirit, whatever, the whole Spirit, that permeates everything and cannot be erased, no matter how many fake humans or clones they try to make, no matter how many robots they try to make with the human-like appearance, there's still, throughout everything that exists, including matter itself, there is a permeation of the true life that is the true light that lights everyone that comes into the world. And Christians refer to that as Christ. The Buddha nature might be referred to by those with a more Eastern bent, and Buddhism in some ways comes closer to fulfilling the peaceful spirit that is called for by Christ, or by Jesus, who supposedly said, "By this shall all men know that you're my disciples, if you love one another." Well, Buddhists don't always follow that, and Buddhists are often at war in other parts of the world, especially with Islam. It's funny because Islam seems to be the religion that was introduced to be at everybody else's throat. They are at war with Christians. They are at war with, as I said, with Muslims and with Hindus and with Christians. I mean, they just are a warlike religion, and I think that's been a manipulation of human consciousness that has plagued the world for a very long time. But the whole idea of religions fighting against each other, each claiming to be the right one, is an insanity. The right one is love. That's the truth. And yes, that may piss you off, but it's the only truth that sets you free. As long as you're trying to eliminate other people and trying to rule over them and take their rights away so that your rights can be supreme, your viewpoint can be the dominant one, as long as you're doing that, you are following in the footsteps of those that have been divisive, those that have been demonic, those who have been having the aim of controlling everything on the planet. It's time that we wake up. If I never get any other message across to my friends who still listen to my videos, I want to get it across that there is a core, there is a central guiding light, a guidepost, if you will, an important sign, and that was the one that Jesus gave again when he said, "By this shall men know that you're my disciples, if you love one another." And that is the truth, the only truth that can set us free. And when we know the truths that of the world that we live in, when we understand how everything has been convoluted and distorted and taken out of context and twisted and made to serve lies and egocentricity and made to serve a power grab by individuals, whether of this world or of other worlds, that thrive off of stealing the energy of other beings and don't know how to love. Whatever you want to call them, demons, reptilians, whatever you want to call these beings, they exist in both physical and non-physical realms, and we are involved in that conflict, if you will, that has been going on in so-called civilization for eons of time. And I hope that you get it, that love is not an option. It's the only way. Thank you for listening, and namaste.